Good morning.
Welcome back to Yirara.
What's up, Yirara clan? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Yirara2u. I'm Sina and you're joining me for What's That Sound? Can anyone remember the two definitions from the previous episode? If not, that's okay. I got you. So the first one is in or to what place or position. And the second one is to have something on one's body as clothing, protection or decoration. So the words that sound the same but have two different definitions are, drum roll please, where. Where and where. You can see both wheres are spelled differently. W-H-E-R-E, which is in or to what place or position, and wear, which is W-E-A-R, which is to have something on one's body as clothing, protection, or decoration. So where and where. I'll give you the two definitions for the next episode. The first one is move in a particular direction, turning over and over on an axis. And the second one is an actor or actress part in a play, film, or a movie. So be kind, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye now.
Alright, so for information literacy, we've been looking at this book called Awesome Aussies. And one of the awesome Australians that we know is local to the Aranda community is a famous artist called Albert Natmanjira. So what we're going to do is, that story is really hard to understand unless we first of all look at the first character, which is called Retriever Rex. And what he does is he helps you to understand. We need to figure out what the facts were. So I'm just going to call up Rex. Here boy Rex! And Rex has given me a fact. Two facts. Okay, in the book it said Natmanjira was Australia's most famous painter. That's fact number one. Fact number two, he painted using watercolours. Rex, can you give me another two facts? Good boy. Rex is a good boy. Off you go. He was sentenced to jail and died at the age of 57 from heart failure. That's fact number three. Fact number four, he was born on West Arunta country, raised in the Hermannsburg mission. So he was actually brought up by the Hermannsburg people in the Lutheran community up there. So therefore he would have had our Christian values, which we have at Yirara College. He would have gone to church every Sunday. He just would have been brought up in that sort of community. So, thanks Rex. Age 12, he went to live in the bush. Next fact on here says from the book that at 18 he married a woman from a different skin group and was shunned by his tribe. What we're going to do next is we're going to look at inference Iggy, who helps you look for things that the characters are feeling. So we're looking at Albert Natmanjira. We want to know what he was feeling. So, hello everyone, my name's Inference Iggy. I'm going to help you understand what Albert Natmanjira would have been feeling. If we look at the first fact, that he was shunned from his tribe, how do you think he would feel? I think he'd feel pretty sad and lonely. So that's something we need to help us understand what the text is about. If we look at the next thing, the next big point, what about when he was cheated by the Alice Springs Council and sold land that was on a floodplain? How do you think he felt? I think he would have been pretty angry. I think so too, Inference Iggy. So making an inference is understanding what the characters are thinking. So if you think inference, to make an inference is to understand what the characters are thinking. If you understand what the characters are thinking in the text, then you'll get a better idea of what the story is about. Yep. There's also one more thing, that the public loved his work, but the critics tended to dismiss it. That means they said, "Oh, this is an artwork. This is rubbish," they said. How do you think he would have felt then, Miss Iggy? I think he would have been very upset because he put a lot of effort into his artwork.
Word day everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Numeracy with Mr. Liko. In the last episode, we looked at different important terms that you can use when it comes to telling the time. Do you remember what we spoke about? Let me remind you. When it comes to telling the time, we have different terms. We have the o'clock, which means a new hour has begun. We also have the longer hand, which is the minute hand. This tells you the number of minutes after the hour. We also have the hour hand, which is the shorter hand. This tells you the new hour has begun on the clock face. We also have 4 important other terms that we can use when telling the time. When the longer hand or the minute hand is on the 12, that's the o'clock. When the long hand is on the 12, we know it's o'clock. For example, if the long hand was on the 12 and the shorter hand was on the 4, it is 4 o'clock. The next one, when the long hand is on the 3, that is quarter past. In other words, that's 15 minutes after the hour. From the 12 to the 1 is 5 minutes. So if we count from 12 to 3, it's 5, 10, 15. This is known as quarter past the hour. When the longer hand is on the 6, you add another 15 minutes. That's 30 minutes past the hour. That is known as half past, because half of 60 minutes is 30. So therefore, if we go from 12 to 6, you have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That is half past the hour. Add another 15 minutes when the longer hand is on the 9. That is known as quarter to. That has changed from quarter to because this is 15 minutes until the new hour begins. So that is 45 minutes after the hour. From 12 to the 9 is 45 minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 minutes, known as quarter to the next hour. Now, let's play a game. Let's have a look and see if we can match up the correct times to the correct clocks. Quarter past 10. How many minutes is that after the hour? So if we look at quarter past, it is 15 minutes. As I mentioned before, 15 minutes is when the long hand is on the 3. So, which clock face do you see with the long hand on the 3? This one here. So, we will put quarter past 10. As you can see, the shorter hand, which shows the hour, is on the 10. The longer hand is on the 3, which is 15 minutes after the hour. This one should be easy. 10 o'clock. This was when you see the shorter hand on the 10 and the longer hand on the 12. Half past 7. Do you remember what half past means? That means when it's 30 minutes after the hour. Where can you see the shorter hand on the 7 and the longer hand on the 6? That's right. That means it's 7:30. This one can be a little bit tricky. The quarter to 5 is when the shorter hand is between the 4 and the 5, given that it's 15 minutes left until the new hour. Which one can you see with that? So, the shorter hand is between the 4 and the 5, and the longer hand is on the 9, given that it's 45 minutes after the hour and 15 minutes left until it's 5 o'clock. 2 more. 4 o'clock. We'll put that there because the shorter hand is on the 4 and the longer hand is on the o'clock, which means it's 4 o'clock. And the last one, obviously, is 2:30 or 2:30, given that the shorter hand is between the 2 and the 3, and the longer hand is on the 6, which means it's 30 minutes left until 3 o'clock or 30 minutes after the hour. I hope you can understand and you can use these different ways in telling the time back home and community. We look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.
We're going to create an eruption through a flask using vinegar and bicarb soda and a bit of colouring to make it look effective. Firstly, we're going to mix 2 tablespoons of bicarb soda into 200 ml of water and dissolve it. Once it's dissolved, the students can either add some paint for colouring or food colouring for colouring. Then we're going to pour vinegar into the flask, and as the bicarb soda and vinegar react, the bubbles will form and the liquid will come up out of the flask. Some of the students experimented with the vinegar, changing the speed they added it into the liquid or the amount they added into the liquid to see if it produced a different result.
Yeah, or fast.
Can I make another one or?
Just
That half.
when you see it gets up, then you'll keep going.
Righta, Miss Chris here. It's good to have you joining us on Yirara2u for another Bible story. Our story today is about 3 friends who loved God. The 3 friends had been taken from their country to another place as slaves. They were living in a strange land with different ways of doing things, a different culture, and even their names had been changed. Let's hear the story of the 3 friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. There were some men from Jerusalem living in Babylon. They were Jews. The king of Babylon changed their names to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The 3 friends loved God very much. One day, the 3 friends were given orders to go to an important event. They heard the sound of music and followed it through the winding streets until they came to the edge of the city. There they saw a tall statue that seemed to reach up to the sky. Everyone was told that when that music played, they must bow down to the statue of King Nebuchadnezzar. The music started to play. People started to bow down to the statue. This made the three friends very sad. They knew it was wrong to bow down to the statue. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego knew that only God should be worshipped. Some men who worked for the king were watching. When they saw that the three friends did not bow down to the statue, they told the king. The king was very angry with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He asked them if it was true, and why didn't they bow down. He gave them another chance and warned them if they did not bow down, they would be thrown into the fire. The three friends answered the king, "The true and living God who we worship can save us from the fire. But whatever happens, we will not bow down to your statue. We will not worship a statue." When the king heard their answer, he became even more angry. He was furious. He growled, grinding his teeth and going red in the face. He gave orders to have the fire 7 times hotter and sent for the strongest soldiers to tie up the friends. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were tied up with ropes and thrown into the fire. Something amazing happened when the men were in the fire. Their hands became free from the ropes and they walked around looking very peaceful. As King Nebuchadnezzar watched, he saw another man in the fire. "He looks like the Son of God," he said. The king could not believe what he was seeing. He shouted for the three friends to come out of the fire. As they walked out, everyone saw they were safe. They did not even smell of smoke. Then King Nebuchadnezzar spoke to everyone and said, "The God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego is to be praised. He has kept them safe because they trusted him. No one else can save like their God, and anyone who speaks evil against him will be punished." The three friends were very happy and thanked and praised God. After this, the king gave Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego very important jobs to help him rule over the great city of Babylon. God had kept them safe in the fire, and now he was blessing them again. Something to think about. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego loved God and knew that they should only worship the true God, not a statue made of gold. They trusted God to look after them and made a strong choice. They chose to stay standing up, not to bow down to the statue. Sometimes God asks us to make strong choices, to do what is right, not just follow the crowd. When we make hard choices, we can pray and ask God to help us. Until next time, may your brother Jesus walk with you.
Hi, I am Reese Raymond with another Yirara2u episode where we share some of the things we do at Yirara each week. Margaret James, author of Honey Ants Readers, spent a couple of weeks with us working on the next part in her processes to complete a series of young readers, book with an indigenous focus.
To help middle school and older people to learn to read.
She spends some time showing and teaches the processes that goes into each stories and explore how we use the English language day to day.
Hello, my name is Margaret James. I'm the author of the Honey Ant Readers, and now I've been developing a new set of readers called Reading Tracks. I visited Yirara School a year ago and spoke to students about the animals that they like to hunt and how they did that, and collected some of their tracking and hunting stories. And now I've come back to show them how we put those into the books. I've also been working with the elders in town, so they have a look at everything that we're doing and make sure that they're happy with it, and they were very excited to see the books. I've been working with different groups of students over the last 2 weeks and having a really lovely time. They've been doing fantastic work reading the books and doing activities such as word searches and bingo with the words in the books. They've been copying some of the pictures, and we've had a really lovely time. So it's been wonderful having a look at the books in action. And now what I'm going to do is go back and make changes to the books from the comments that the students have made and things that I've observed. So watching the students use the books, if I think, oh gosh, if I change that word to something else, it'll work better, I'm going to do that. I might change some of the covers. And then we're going to go to an editor, and the Aboriginal elders will have a last look. And then we're going to print the books and send the school a brand new set of finished books. And I just can't wait for that moment to come. Thank you very much, Yirara, for having me here. I've had a wonderful time. Thank you, students, for your fantastic work.
Our teachers are always looking for new ways to show us the world around us and the many things we can do to help the community. Let's take a look at a project that will grow in you.
Hi, my name's Lisa Newman and I'm the science teacher here at Yirara College. We have recently started up a new program called the Environment Squad. We want to encourage our students to look after their environment by teaching them skills that they can take back to their community. As a part of the program, we visited the Alice Springs Community Garden. We are also looking at careers that are available to students to continue their work with the environment. We met with Jennifer, a local ranger, and she spoke to the students about her job and how they can become a ranger too.
We will visit this story again later in the term as things grow. There are times some areas are seen to be more for the fellas than women. Sister Sands are helping to break that cycle. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name's Kira Voller and I work at Music NT in Alice Springs. My role is the Indigenous Music Development Officer. I work with Music NT to help develop Indigenous music here in Central Australia. So we're here at Yirara delivering Sister Sounds workshops to the girls. Sister Sounds is a program created by Music NT to help engage women and girls in music, which is usually a very male-dominated area in community and in town. Studios are usually very male-dominated. People seem to think that only men can play guitar and play drums, and men like to think that they can hog it a lot of the time. So we've created Sister Sounds to take and deliver in communities and schools and youth centres to I guess, put a stop on men and boys taking over the musical instruments and the music space, and giving the girls and women that time and that space to engage with the music and have a go at learning and singing and just interacting with the space that is created for music.
Well, we got heaps of really good ideas here. Why don't we just pick 3 words?
Hello, my name is Savannah Mulholland and I come from Barlola.
My name is Dalinger and I come from Nooka.
My name is Dahlia Herbert and I come from Barlola.
So our goals and our aims for the program and for Sister Sounds is that we can encourage and support young girls and women to be able to feel comfortable enough to pick up a guitar, play a couple of guitar chords, or even ask a teacher to teach them how to play, or being able to hold a microphone and sing, and potentially being able to see some all-girls bands or some girls up there playing music with the guys even, and just being able to feel like this is a space that they can be mutual in, and that boys don't just hog all the instruments and they can let girls have a shot and know that girls are just as good at playing music as guys.
We are with Sister Sands who are helping us to write a song about community,
family,
friends,
and country.
Everyone has enjoyed taking part in making this song.
We look forward to recording the thing soon. Bye!
During this past week, I've seen so many talented girls in this school playing guitar, playing bass, playing drums, playing keys, even coming together with all their talents and putting them all together and playing through a whole song. Some singing, some playing each instrument, but really bringing that all together to be able to create some beautiful music. And I hope that, they continue to play music together and use this space that they've got here at Yirara. I'll keep you close, but for now. To maybe hopefully play an all-girls band, and they could enter bush bands next year, but who knows, that would be an awesome outcome.
Next week, some of our seniors are going up north for their camp. Girls Academy are having some local camping fun, and some of the Klonta fellas are away for a while to play some footy. In an upcoming story, we are enjoying working with hair, and that is a skill that can lead to jobs in a salon or help family and friends back home. Be sure to like and share our stories on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss out. See you next week for another exciting Yirara TV montage, which means bye.
So we can learn from each other. Sharing, accepting, no need to hide away. Loving and listening to what you gotta say. Trusting and helping, talking it out. Ooh, it's what it's all about.